Hi, I'm Doug Wilson with PaintSource. Today we want to tell you a little bit about PaintSource. We're going to tell you what we do, what we can do for you. PaintSource has been around since 1999, founded by myself and Will Selby. We got Hunter Selby on the team now, and we bring you paint project information, wood finishing information. We've had experience both as contractors and working in the store. Hunter's been in the Benjamin Moore store for a few years. Will in Coronado, Benjamin Moore, myself, Coronado Paint, Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, and we've settled on some premium products that we've chosen to feature. And this is what we've been doing for years, but we've teamed up with Andriots, and Andriots in Shelbyville is a supplier of all Benjamin Moore paint, Ferro and Ball, Waterlox tung oil. We've got every brand you've heard of in the premium level, and what we're talking about is items that are in independent paint stores. Not company brands, not company paint manufactured and marketed. We've got quality products, and we're launching a new delivery service. This delivery service will deliver to Shelbyville, Frankfort, Versailles, Lexington, and we're going to be running every day, so we can bring products to your job site, products to your shop. And you've got our expertise behind it. So not only do we sell these products or provide those to our clients, we also have tremendous knowledge about these products. Occasionally we get a friend or a family that still wants some work done. We don't do the contracting work, but occasionally we've got our skill set, and this is a particular friend of mine that needed a recoat on their Waterlox tung oil floors. And Waterlox has always represented our #1 choice for hardwood floors. So if you're building a new house, you've got to ask your builder why he's not using Waterlox. Waterlox is a hardening oil, so it's not a film former like a polyurethane. It's not that plastic look. This is going to be a great place to showcase it. We got so many old world architectural elements. This house, there was an 1800s house on this property. It had to be deconstructed. It wasn't livable or recoverable, but they used a lot of this as some of the brick that was in the old house, using for this wall. We've got the old world wrought iron. We've got some really elegant cabinetry, stonework. We've got the old beams, and this is a project that they chose Waterlox for originally because of the character of the project, #1. #2, the client does have 2 large dogs. So the dogs are always going to be hard on a hardwood floor. And if you have a polyurethane floor, that's going to need sanding for every time you recoat it. That sanding makes a lot of dust. That sanding creates a nuisance. You got to move everything out. And so you don't really want to choose a floor finish that you're going to have to sand and get all that dust in your house. If you choose Waterlox from the first get-go on new wood, you will never sand your floors again. You'll never have to sand or recoat. This particular job site, they've had Waterlox on the floors for about 8 to 10 years. I'm not sure exactly. They've had the dogs. Now, they don't get the dogs running the house, but there are some scratches in the floor that are in the, actually pine is a little softer wood, but we don't see those scratches. So you're going to see a couple areas here, and this is really for people who are recoating Waterlox. So we've got other videos on Waterlox. We'll explain it, the process, the steps, but in this particular job, the Waterlox was a little bit worn after the 8 to 10 years and the dogs and living here. This area of the floor has not been refinished yet, so this was in pretty good shape. So all we're going to do here, and this is the beauty of the Waterlox, clean the floor. Of course, that was a big deal with all the dogs. There's dog hair everywhere. We want to get this almost surgery clean. So you'll notice there's some tape around the base. We prepared this floor basically just by cleaning. And when we come over here, there were some large areas of wear in the center of the floor. So you'll see the shine here. Now this is the medium sheen sealer finish, but the sealer, that's our first coat on where the floors were worn out. And then we're going to put a coat of satin finish on the entire floor. Okay, so these areas that you see shiny, that's what the Waterlox sealer finish, that gives you a medium sheen. The client wants this lower rustic sheen that you see on the existing satin. And so we did this almost has a prime coat here. We had some really big scratches from the couch. We've got some other footage of that. So we came back with the sealer here. Same in the kitchen. We go into the kitchen area here. This was extremely worn out. This is the mud room off the back of the house. We're scooting chairs. The dogs are in here probably. These floors were pretty worn out. So we coated the entire kitchen with a coat of sealer. And that's always a question when you're recoating Waterlox floors. Do I need one or two coats? And that's going to be a project by project question. This particular one, we want to give the example. We've got a coat of sealer here. Now you can see we've got a lot of light shining in. Couple of boards here. This one, you can see some of the flatness here in the sheen. So this really soaked in that Waterlox. And so that's the kind of floor that's going to need a coat of sealer before you put the final coat on. But again, no sanding was required. This house is going to be cleaner than when we got here because we've done all the sweeping to get rid of the dog hair for the project. So we're going to get started. We'll show you a little more footage in detail, but please come to our website. If you need paint, if you're in Lexington, Frankfort, Shelbyville, Versailles, we're delivering daily. Get your orders in by 3 o'clock. You can get it the next day. Waterlox, Tongue Oil, Benjamin Moore, Faro Ball. We've got Richards Paint, we've got Inselex, we've got Coronado, all the major brands. And look, we are a wholesale supplier, so you're going to get a nice price. Our buying power is tremendous. We buy for clients all over the country, and we ship paint, we ship coatings, and that's what PaintSource does. So I hope this is interesting to you. Come back. We're going to try to do a video a week, just tell what we're doing. We may be on another project where we're going to show how to roll ceilings, roll walls, how to choose your paint, anything. And